Another video game related movie. This should be exhilarating. I, being a good dog, I got out of last year's Detective Pikachu. However, I felt that I had to dig up a hibiscus. So as punishment, this channel's owner made me watch a pygmy porcupine who thinks he's Barry Allen. So what is a hedgehog? Something no one asked. It is cruel joke by evolution, in which a crunchy chew toy somehow got spikes. If a hedgehog put its head around its anus, it would resemble a spiky sea anemone without the venom. There is some good news. If you invert a hedgehog before it rolls up, there is a palatable morsel waiting. The top velocity of a hedgehog is just over 6.4 kilometers per hour. This leads us to today's motion picture, Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog was a very popular video game produced by Sega during the 1990s. It's from various sequel video games and cartoons. The property really tried to brainwash audiences into thinking the hedgehog can achieve Mach 1 speeds. The fastest land animal on Earth is the cheetah at 75 miles per hour, good enough to get you 4 points on your New Jersey driver's license. Sonic seems to have the ability to destroy machinery, especially produced by his nemesis, Dr. Eggman, whose was later renamed Dr. Ivo Robotnik. Most of Robotnik's robots would make a person say, "Go home Skynet, you're drunk." Would only be a matter of time that an international movie would be produced, and by matter of time, I mean 2 decades. The film stars James Marsden and Jim Carrey, with Ben Schwartz providing the voice of Sonic. Jeff Fowler would make his directorial debut here. It was supposed to come out last year, but people were laughing at the execrable character designs. In response, Paramount fired their animators, which they found on Craigslist, and brought in verified professionals. The bar was set low by audiences who saw the trailer. So, was this film the ruin of CGI live-action hybrids or watchable? That is what we are here to discuss. From a standpoint, this film is not lamentable. Surprising Teddy Flood from Westworld gives an adequate performance as the straight man to the insanity of Sonic. However, Cyclops still dresses like he is in college, despite being 46 years old. The best performance comes from Lloyd Christmas. Jim Carrey channels his Ace Ventura persona and gives an enjoyable performance as Ivo Robotnik. As the script dictates, Ben Schwartz gave a worthy performance as Sonic. Even the direction and even the dreaded CGI was tolerable. It is almost like this movie could be an enchanting experience. If you haven't figured it out by now, the story itself was inadequate. The 99-minute runtime seemed highly formulaic. Everything you thought was going to happen from watching the trailer occurred on the screen. Sonic felt lonely, was discovered by an exasperated Marsden, and goes on a road trip to San Francisco after Marsden assaults Carrey. Marsden punches Carrey in the face after his Robotnik character, a government employee, investigates his home without a warrant. I will be discussing plot holes in a minute. Marsden and Sonic bail each other of situations constantly, softening Marsden's sun-dear heart. Sonic destroys various Robotnik machines. It was facile to prognosticate this film's every movement. The plot holes are immense. First off, why does Sonic just stay in this small town in Montana? Was he planning building incendiary devices in his shack in order to get his manifesto published? The film made it pretty clear that he can avoid detection for a decade. He could hypothetically run around North and South America without leaving an attestation. Also, how would he know of the world outside Montana, since his knowledge of Earth is based on magazine cutouts and bootleg movies? Also, if Robotnik is a genius and a military official, why didn't he order the military to shut down the road, either leading out of Montana or leading into San Francisco? In fact, Robotnik knew the vehicle which Marsden and Sonic were in. So why didn't he alert the police that a suspected terrorist was driving the Toyota Tacoma without a roof? Also, Why couldn't an accelerated, sprightly rodent just run to San Francisco? This film was the very definition of average. Despite Harry trying his best, the script wouldn't allow spontaneity in humor or plot. Paramount was just happy to sell it to kids. This film just eschewed from any possible edgy hazards. A road trip with a video character could be comical, but that takes exertion. This film could have had potential with the cast. Instead, the studio went with a banal script. I'm giving this film a C-. Now excuse me, I plan on detecting the non-spiky chew toy.